Back in the 80s, there was a cartoon called Dino Riders. The premise was you have a bunch of dinosaurs with weaponry attached to the back. As a kid, I always thought this was a cool idea. Granted, I never got one of these toys, but now with technology, we can take our dinosaur and we can make it a Dino Rider-like toy by strapping on some weapons and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's jump straight into Blender. So go ahead and hit Shift-A, add plane, and then with the plane selected, go to the wrench, add modifier, generate mirror. That way, as I tab into edit mode and move this, you can see that it mirrors. Now, if I turn on clipping, it'll actually connect in the middle. So down in the options, turn on clipping, and then watch what happens as I move that. It sticks in the middle like this. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and go to snapping, and then do face. That way, if I select a vertex and move it, it snaps to the face of the dinosaur. The only problem is, as I move these, it starts to hide it, and so it's going to be hard to see. So let's go to the object menu right here. Go down to visibility, viewport display, and then in front. Now as you move, you can see that it's always in front. So what I'm going to do now is basically make a saddle. So with edge select, I'm going to select this edge and then E to extrude. Now as I do this, as I extrude these different faces, it's not going to be snapping all the vertices, it's just going to be snapping kind of the edge. So after I make what I want, I'm going to need to go back through, and I'll show you this, and then click all the vertices and basically snap to be more perfectly aligned with the dinosaur. But all I'm doing right now is basically getting the rough shape of the saddle. And now it's looking pretty good, but let's make it better by going up to the vertex select. And then very quickly, I'll just go through all these points and just hit G and just very minutely move these. It doesn't have to be big movements, but as soon as you move it, it's going to snap immediately. And so I just do this until it looks the way that it needs to be. Now I can turn off in front if I want to, and I can turn off snapping. Let's tab out of edit mode, and here we have the saddle, and it looks like that. Now what we want to do is add a subdivision surface modifier, so the wrench, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface right there. You could also have just hit Control like 3, and it will give you the number of subdivisions you want. And now, as you look at this, you can see that it's kind of inside of it, but that's okay because we're going to solidify this outward. So once again, we're going to go to the wrench and go to add modifier, generate, solidify. And then down here, we can decrease the thickness to have it come outwards like this. And now we can kind of see that it's looking like a blanket or some sort of saddle. And now you can tweak this as much as you want, increasing or decreasing the thickness as you see. And then as we see this, let's go ahead and tab into edit mode, Alt-Z to see through it, and then Control-R to add this loop, and then let's slide that over to kind of make it sharper on those corners there. Now as I'm doing this, it's not looking the way I quite want it to. It's looking too much like a blanket and not enough like armor. Remember in the last video how we talked about when you're making mistakes or you're not liking where something's going, just to stop and try again? Well, I don't like where the saddle's going, so let's tab into edit mode and fix that right now. And now in edit mode, I can go ahead and move those around and get the shape that I want and add those loops by going Control-R. And you can go ahead and play around with that until it looks the way you want it to. And I like how that looks. It looks like a turtle shell. And now what I want is kind of like a missile launcher. Let's go ahead and go to the annotate. It's that little pencil right there. And let's draw what I want. So kind of 2 missile launchers that mirror across the center of the dinosaur right there. Maybe some sort of robotic attachment right there. And then 6 missiles on each of these. And this isn't set in stone. We can always change this later. But then also maybe a robotic eye, kind of making it a cyborg looking dinosaur. And then let's go ahead and sketch in the other missile launcher too, just to kind of get a basic shape to see if this actually looks pretty good. So one coming up off just like that. And so it's symmetrical. And I do like that. So let's go ahead and clear that by clicking up here, clicking the X. So before we do too much more, let's go ahead and name this saddle. Oh, caps lock was on. There we go, saddle. And then let's go ahead and go to rectangular select mode and then hide the dinosaur and the saddle. Hit Shift A, add a cube. We can go ahead and hit 3 to side view and then tab in. Scale this with SZ and then SY to scale on the Y-axis. Alt-Z for X-ray mode, select those with circle select C, E to extrude, S to scale that down, and that's the back of the missile launcher. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the missiles in the front here. Maybe we want to scale this along the x-axis, so SX. Well, actually, it might be cool to have 3 right there instead of the 6, like we drew. And now what I want to do now is add the missiles, so I'm going to just basically use cones to do that. So hit Shift-A, add, mesh, and then cone. It's still X-ray mode, so I can see. Tab into edit mode, and then rotate. If it's rotating around something weird, then you can always change it based on this right here, and that's the transform pivot point. So you can select whatever you want. I'm going to do 3D cursor, for example, and now as I rotate that, you can see it's rotating around that cursor. So if I do -90 degrees, and then scale that down just a little bit, hit G to move, and then Y to constrain on the Y axis, I can select all these vertices and extrude with E, and so there's one missile. Now I could do this in edit mode or out. I probably should have just done it in edit mode, but I did it outside, and that's okay. So I'm going to snap this to the grid as I duplicate this. So right here, go to snapping on, and then go to grid, hold Shift D to create a new duplication, and then Shift D, and you can see that's duplicating, and then it's snapping to that grid. And so that's exactly how I want it. You got 3 missiles sticking out like that. It's looking pretty cool. Shift select all of those, Control J to join those, Shift select those, Control J to join those. If you hit Alt Z, it goes out of X-ray mode, and that's looking pretty good. Now what we can do is go ahead and unhide the dino and the saddle. Now you'll notice that if I want to move this, the center is right here. And so if I don't go into edit mode, and I try and move it outside, the center actually moves with this. Oh, snapping's turned on, so I'll turn that off. But if I tab in and move it, you can see that the center is still in the center, and that's what I want. And now we can rotate this with R, but you'll see that it's rotating around the cursor like we had. So you can go up here and change it. Let's do individual origins, and you see that's not what I want. So I'm going to actually change this to median point, and there we go. And so I'm just going to rotate that to where I want to be, position it, scale it, put it where I want. And it's okay to take your time with this, tweak it, move it, and as soon as it looks good, you can tab out of edit mode, but you need to be very careful. If you ever want to re-edit this or rescale this or anything, you need to make sure that you tab back into edit mode. Otherwise, it could also start to screw up the center of this thing, so you couldn't mirror or things like that very easily. So there we go. Now, I want to do the connector right there next, so I'm going to, in edit mode, hit Shift-A, add cylinder, and then make sure that it's like 128 to make it smooth. We should have done that with the missiles, but that's okay. It's just for informational sake. On yours, I would increase that as well so it's smoother, but it's totally fine. Now, let's go ahead and grab that cylinder with A, rotate it, just so it kind of looks correct. It doesn't have to be exact. Scale that, and then it's going to be connecting, and you can kind of see where that's going to be. 3 to go to side view, G to move it, and then Alt Z so we can see what we're doing, Shift D to duplicate that, and now we have 2 like that connecting it. And now that the center is there at that dot, I can add a modifier, generate, and then mirror, and it'll mirror across that axis. Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm not quite liking the empty space in the middle there, and so maybe we can add some sort of like artillery cannon or something. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the annotate button here. I'm going to just draw a quick sketch of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking like a big gun coming up like this, but since this is going to take more time, we can probably ignore doing the cybernetic thing on the eye right there. So I think I have the concept down. We can go ahead and close it with this X right here. And then we're going to go to side view with 3, and we're going to hit that box select to make sure that we can actually edit this and it's no longer annotation. And we want to make sure that everything is still organized. So I'm going to name that missiles. So here I actually want to be able to see the silhouette as I model. So let's go ahead and add a cube, and then Alt Z to make it X-ray so we can see through, tab into edit mode so that we can keep the center right there. And then as I scale this, I'm just kind of seeing what the gun would look like. So I'm just scaling along the axes by hitting Z or Y to constrain on those independent axes. And now I can circle select with C, and then move it with G, and then Y to constrain on the Y axis there. Select everything with A or unselect by clicking off of it. Let's add another cube here, scale this up. I'm kind of putting this on the bottom. I'm just eyeballing this to see if I can get some interesting shapes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Scaling along the X-axis with S and then X. And then as I look at this, circle select with C and then middle mouse button, I unselected those. Moving that with G, selecting those with C again, and then G and then Y. And that's basically how I'm going to be doing most of this. Now I'm just kind of looking to see if the shapes look cool, and they're looking pretty good. And now what we're going to want to do is add a cylinder. So let's tab back into edit mode and then Shift A, add a cylinder. And then the vertices, make sure it's high, so 128 is pretty good. Rotate that with R and then just move that into position, scale it along the Y, and kind of just place it so it looks like a barrel coming out of this. Now you'll notice we need to do Alt-C so we can see through that. Extrude that, scale that, kind of like a tapered gun barrel. Now here's a cool little trick you can do. With the face selected, you can hit I for inset. Now that's hard to see, so let's do Alt-Z so you can see this. I for inset. And then E to extrude, and it kind of gives you that indent, like a barrel of a gun. And now all I need to do is basically kind of move this, and then maybe select everything with A, and then rotate it, and just kind of put it into the position I want it to be. And that's looking pretty good. Now, if I L-select just these different parts, I can scale it along the X-axis to kind of make it thinner like that, and that's looking pretty good. And then I can do Edge Select, and select these two edges with Shift Select, and then Control B to give some bevel. Maybe go to the back edge here, hit Control B, and then this back edge, Control B. Just making it look interesting. And so I like how that's looking. And now I want to be able to connect right here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go to 3, side view, Alt-Z, and then Shift A, add cube. And let's just kind of position this more or less where it needs to be. Actually, I'm going to scale this along the Y-axis first, rotate this. And then what I can do is do a vertices select, select just these with the C select, and then just move them so that they're kind of going into the backpack like that. Let's tab out of edit mode. And now you can see how that attaches, and it looks really good coming off the back there. And it looks much better than having that empty space. And now we could add a lot more detail, but this is perfect for just learning, right? And now here's something really cool we can do if we want to add detail. Select that and go to the sculpting tab. Let's go ahead and hide some of these things as long as the saddle is selected. And then let's go ahead and go to remesh and remesh that. Now we notice that that kind of came out weird, and that's because we forgot to apply the modifiers. So let's apply those modifiers first, and then go up to the remesh, and it would look much better. Now if you want, you can kind of smooth it out with holding Shift, or we can keep it sharp, but whatever we do, I do want that mirrored right there. Let's go over to the left and select the second brush. It's going to be the Draw Sharp, it's right there. And now we can start to scale that down with F. We can start to kind of draw in paneling or circuitry or plating sort of thing, but that's pretty low resolution. So what we want to do is go ahead and remesh this. Go up to the remesh, and then after I undid everything, change this down to 0.05. The smaller it is, the more resolution we're going to get. And now as I start to sculpt on this, I can see that's much cleaner. Zooming out, you can see, because I'm going to print this pretty small, right? You can see that pretty well. And so now I can go ahead and start paneling this. Let's go ahead and unhide everything. And that way we can put these panels in some intelligent positions. Now as I start to put it right here, you can see that mirror is not turned on. And so I need to go ahead and go up there and turn that back on. As you tab into different things, it sometimes disables mirroring. And then I'm just going to go through and put it in the different panelings that I like. And it's looking pretty cool, just a little bit added detail. And you can do this on anything, so I could actually put that onto the missiles or the cannon as well if I wanted to. But I just wanted to show this for demonstration purposes. And it's kind of looking like a turtle shell, so I really like that. So let's take a moment to appreciate how much we've done. We sculpted a dinosaur, we added weapons to it, we made my childhood dream of having a Dino Rider-like toy happen. We've done a ton. But there's still more in this chapter, and it's just getting started. I'll see you in the next video.